Appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, it was a great week for the Trojans. Winning those two games on the road were really, really big for the program and obviously puts us in position to where we control our own destiny. It's not going to be easy. We got 4 games left. We're going to be really locked in at focusing on each one of them, one at a time. But it's nice to be in a position this late in the season where you control your own destiny and don't have to worry about anybody else.
Hey Scott, for those that didn't get to see the game, the intensity throughout that game, and then the crowd as well. Can you just talk about how hard it was to come out of there with a win?
Yeah, definitely one of the hardest environments we've had to play in. You know, the the Power Five games are, similar type environment, but that was a nationally televised game. Uh, it was extremely crowded in there. Their students were on our guys, calling them out the entire game. They're yelling at them. Yeah, so I mean, very, very tough game to stay focused. Our guys were definitely on a mission. It was probably the most physical game of the season. Maybe the Houston game may have been as physical. I think probably that game probably helped prepare us a little bit for this type of game. But our guys kind of had a will and a grit and a determination about them that we weren't going to lose that game. Came down to the very, very end, but we made some plays. Obviously, we needed Jackson's shooting. He picked the right day to, show that he can really shoot the basketball, and couldn't have happened at a better time. I mentioned before that I felt like a lot of our guys were better shooters than maybe some of their percentages showed. He was definitely one of those guys that we felt like was a better shooter than what his current 3-point percentage was. And when you watch him shoot, you can see the confidence, even the first shot that he had, the way he released the ball, the way he held his follow through. He has confidence, and I mean it's a beautiful thing, and it'll make us way, way tougher to defend. Just like when Tayton started hitting those shots, it may have been the first Arkansas State game where he really got going and started cooking. It just makes him so much more difficult to guard. Now you can't drop in the paint, which is what they were doing against us. They were clogging up the paint, making it tough for Tayton and Miles and those guys to drive. So it really opens things up when you're a 3-point threat like Jackson was in that game.
Just how big is it for you guys? Kind of like you mentioned, owning your own destiny here with the format of the tournament this year to be able to land one of those top two seeds.
Yeah, it's extremely important. My focus right now is obviously winning a championship. That's number one. Number two would be the seeding for the conference tournament. But yeah, I think 1 and 2 definitely have an advantage over everybody else. 3 and 4, would be the next best places to be, because 3 and 4 will have to win 3 games to go to the NCAA tournament. 1 and 2 only have to win two. If you're 13 and 14, you have to win 7 games or something like that, which I love the way it's set up. It favors your top seeds, the teams that have been the most consistent throughout the regular season, and it rewards you, and it makes games like Thursday extremely important. And so there's no games that you can take for granted, no games that you can take off. If you do, you could find yourself playing 3 or 4 games instead of just 2 games.
As physical as that game was Saturday, I thought Bellamy gave you some really good minutes down inside, and just what he can mean for you down the stretch when you have to have that kind of effort.
Yeah, he did. I mean, to be 4 for 4 in a game where, as a team, you're shooting 40%. I mean, that's pretty amazing. He's so athletic. He gives us a lob threat. I mean, Jackson's a lob threat too, but I mean, JB's just so quick twitch. I mean, he's one of those special jumpers, and if we can get him the ball close to the basket, it's almost a guaranteed dunk. And so that definitely got our guys going. It helped our shooting percentages, and we needed, every last one of those points. And then he did a good job defensively too, walling up and not, I thought we defended the rim really well. We defended the 3-point line really well. those are two things that we're going to have to do moving forward in order to continue to win.
Coming into the next two games, having them at home, what does that mean for you guys? Like you said, trying to wrap up this one of these seedings.
Yeah, it's awesome to have them at home. We want to win them all, but having your home fans behind you definitely can give you an extra boost when you need that big defensive stop. And we respect all of our opponents. Louisiana's had some big wins. Coastal Carolina almost had, I believe, his JMU beat. I think they had another one earlier in the week where they almost won. So they're not a team that you can overlook as well. We saw what Louisiana Monroe did to South Alabama, sweeping them. Otherwise, South would be in first place right now. So it's nice to be at home. We have to win these two games. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. To go where we're trying to go, you have to take care of home court. And if you take care of home court, then at least you continue to have a chance to fight for a championship.